Shalom, all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Barasham, Yahushai, Barasham, Kodash. Double honors to the elders and the apostles of Great Millstone who rule well, pushing this 100% truth of the gospel, waking up and sealing the elect of the nation of Israel through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Barasham, Yahushai. And salutations to all you sincere Akimari that are pushing this gospel in all righteousness and in all sincerity, risking your lives and your freedom to do so. All right, so yeah, this is going to be a little bit of back to the basics, okay, because it's been a while since I went into this, and the title of this lesson is going to be The Devil, and then in brackets, Satan is a man, or yeah, that's basically going to be the title. The devil is a man, all right? Because here in Great Millstone, okay, according to the doctrine I was given to my elders and my apostles by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, we understand that the devil in the scriptures, okay, can also refer to men on the earth, and that man being the wicked, which is Esau Edom, the so-called white man that is ruling upon the earth today. Okay, so the first thing I'll do is I want to go into both those words. What I'll do is look up that word devil in the scriptures. I just type it into the search bar of the blue letter. Okay, and if you're looking at the screen, what you'll notice is that there isn't any that the word devil isn't used in the Old Testament. Okay, because the word that was used in the Old Testament referred to Satan, or to refer to the adversary, which of course is what the meaning of the true meaning of that word devil. Not devil, but the meaning of the word Satan is adversary. But the meaning of the word devil is false accuser, which is why we say a devil is a man upon the earth, because when that term false accuser is used, I should just go into it. So okay, maybe I'll just go into it. So let me bring it out right here. The word devil, and that word in the Greek is diabolos. All right, diabolos. And I've actually got into this many times before, but this is just a brief, or rather a refresher, because you always have new people that are coming into this thing, and they might want to know why we call the so-called white man or Esau Edom the devil, or they might want to understand why we believe that there are men on the earth that play the part of the devil today. So this is the reason right here. So this word right here is diabolos, Strong's G 1228, and the word is diabolos, and it reads prone to slander, slanderous, accusing falsely, a calumniator, a false, sorry, a calumni, man, these words are a calumniator, false accuser, slanderer, a metaphor applied to a man who, by opposing the cause of the Most High, may be said to act the part of the devil or to side with him. And this is basically what the wicked of the earth have done. They are siding with the spiritual demons, Satan, they are playing, the left hand side, or they are on the left hand side, this side of the spiritual demon, Satan, because they are against the will of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. Right? Now, going back to what I was talking about, concerning the devil and Satan, the two words that are used to represent the adversaries that are against the will of the Most High in the scriptures. Okay, so the word devil does not appear in the Old Testament, and you notice that because Esau Edom wasn't in rulership during the time of the Old Testament. What you had was the Babylonians and the Medo-Persians. Okay, but during the New Testament, that was or you could say that was the beginning of when Esau began to rule. When he was really in power, because what you had was the first Caesar, or historically you ask some people, they will say that it was Julius, or some people say that it was Claudius. But during the time of Yahushai, Claudius Caesar began to reign began to reign as the first emperor of Rome, right? And that was the height of the Roman, and that was part of the height of the Roman Empire during that time, because they had ruled majority of the known world. Okay, and we know what the scripture says about Esau's rulership. That is book of First Maccabees, the first chapter. After Alexander had brought that rulership put the rulership into the hands of Esau, then evils began to be multiplied upon the earth, because the devil had finally come into power, had finally taken control over the earth. The wicked, which of course are these so-called Edomites. Okay, and that term, like I said before, devil or Satan, it just simply means adversary. So what I'll do right now is I'll type the term Satan so you can see it, okay? And now you see that if you're looking at the screen, that the term Satan is actually used in the Old Testament. All right, so let me get that definition of that word, the Strong's, or rather for the word, the translation for the word, and you see what it means. Okay, so let me bring it out. Let me bring it out. Satan, and the word Satan in Hebrew, I forgot to actually, though, I actually said that was one for Diablos. Diabolos, that was devil in the Greek, and the word Satan in the Hebrew is Ha-Shatan or Shatan, and it reads adversary, one who withstands. Adversary in general or personal or natural or national, superhuman adversary, and that's basically what that word Satan means, adversary. So anybody that is an adversary against Yahweh Bashmi or Shai, against the Most High, they are playing the part of Satan or the devil, or they are a devil, or they are a devil or Satan, and which is why once again, which is why we call these Edomites the devil, because this is exactly what they do. And I don't care whether you call yourself a quote unquote Christian Edomite, or you say you are saved through the power of your sweet God and Jesus Christ, Serapis Christus and the like. You are still a devil, okay? You are still an adversary because you are coming against this ministry, this truth, the actual 100% truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. Because when he hears this word, man, you see how it does, you see how it kills, you see how they act in their spirit, they start to bug out against it. They start to say they are different, start to use their different, double speaks, the different, folk tongue. I don't really know what the term to use for this for, but basically they are Edomite lies. Oh, Jesus wasn't black. Oh, the Israelites can't be. The Israelite, you can't be the Israelites. Okay, the so-called Negroes can't be the Israelites. And you're Africans. You're Hamites. You're this. You're that. Different words. Against our people. All right, different words against the truth of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, because these devils, okay, they are not for the truth, because they are forgers of lies. They were, they are liars from birth. All right. So now, what I'm going to do is I want to get the definition of that word adversary. Okay. So let me bring it out. Adversary. And this word adversary, it goes back to the word adverse, or rather adverse, which means against or turned against. Okay. Because the word goes back to against, and verse is basically rotation. Okay, so the word adversary, an opponent or rival, and you see the synonyms: villain, antagonist. All right, so the antagonist to this truth, this ministry. Okay, the antagonist to the Hebrew Israelites, which would be the so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, would be Esau, Edom, the wicked of the earth, because you Israelites are the righteous. Okay, and as the righteous people, you have those that are against you, which is the wicked, Esau, Edom. All right, because there is a people on the earth that the Most High has ordained to be the wicked. Okay, to be against the righteous, and that is Esau, Edom, once again, the so-called white man, which plays the part of the devil and the adversary. Okay, so now so now continue on in the scriptures. Okay, continue on in the scriptures, and let me just say this. I'm not saying that, that when the word that Satan, the devil, is only Esau, Edom, the so-called white man. There is a spiritual demon Satan. Okay, that is written up in the scriptures. That's part of. There is a spiritual demon written up in. There is a spiritual demon Satan that's written up in the scriptures. But when the scriptures speak of the devil or Satan, it is also talking about a man, right? Because it gives these characteristics or these actions that show you that this has to be a man. Because that a spirit can't do this, or a spirit can't do some of the things that are written up in the scriptures. And a good example of that would be Isaiah the 14th chapter. Isaiah 14 verse 16, where it talks about this, when he asks the question, is this the man? Yeah, because you go into the book of Isaiah, it's speaking about Lucifer, all right, which the plantation Christians have basically hijacked that scripture and made it seem as though before the devil became the devil, he was like the top angel on the. You should already know the story, and basically the name that they used was Lucifer, which of course makes no sense because Lucifer is a Greek word and the word means light bearer. But if you want to go into that same word in the Hebrew, and if you want to go, and let me just bring it out, okay? That word in the Hebrew is not Lucifer, but it's halal, right? The word I was using there was not Lucifer, but halal. because if Lucifer was truly an angel, right, first and foremost, he would have a Hebrew name, not a what's that word, not a Greek name. So he says here, it's like I meant Hayalal, and the word means what? Light bearer, shining one, morning star, Lucifer, right? And it reads, I can see here, of the king of Babylon and Satan, figuratively. So even the bulletin understands that in this particular breakdown right here, in this particular scripture, is speaking about the king of Babylon, which of course we always constantly teach in our doctrines that Babylon the Great, all right, is America, is America, and the king of Babylon are the elites of Esau Edom, all right, because this Babylon that is speaking of in the book of Isaiah, the 14th chapter, it is not talking about the Babylon, the ancient Babylon of the scriptures, but rather the modern day daughter of Babylon that is on the earth, Babylon the great whore that is spoken of in the book of Revelation, the 17th chapter. So this precept right here is going into the elites of Babylon because they believe that they are the light bearers. They believe that they are the illuminated ones. That's where you get the terminology of Illuminati from. That's where you get the conspiracy of the Illuminati from. Where you talk about how various celebrities are involved in it. We talk about how it's a secret society that exists under the workings of the rich and famous, right? That is where you get this Lucifer from the light bearer because they believe that's what they are, the eliminated ones, the ones that were made basically to rule over the whole earth and to bring enlightenment to the whole world, through their wickedness, through their craft, because that's going into the scripture, it said that through their craft they cause wickedness to prosper. That's what you see happening on the earth, with this good example is this month, with things like Juneteenth and Pride Month ending up being celebrations of wickedness, first and foremost, Juneteenth being celebration of the hell that, or rather the quote unquote emancipation from the hell that Esau put upon our people, the Israelites, okay, and the Pride Month being the celebration of depravity and that wickedness. Okay, so the book of Isaiah, chapter 14, verse 16, and it reads, they that see thee shall narrowly look upon thee and consider thee, saying, is this the man that made the earth to tremble, that did shake kingdoms? That's right, because you see, Esau Edom in this time has the power to do all that. He has the power to make the earth tremble with these bombs, okay? When a bomb hits the earth, man, it's an earth. Whenever a bomb touches down, whenever a bomb explodes on the earth, it's an earthquake, okay? Even a small a good example, a small grenade blast can cause a minor earthquake, all right? Another good example would be just a simple gas explosion can cause a whole city to shake, and can cause an earthquake in the whole city, all right? So Esau uses his bombs to make the earth shake, to cause earthquakes, okay? And shake entire kingdoms. A good example is what? Nagasaki and Hiroshima. Guess what? The whole of Japan shook that day. The whole earth stood still that day when Esau Edom did that. That was when these people realized just how powerful these devils truly are. And the fear of these devils came upon it, came upon everybody on the earth. And the apostles actually went into this in their camp that they just did recently. I was watching it, a beautiful thing. I enjoyed it. But anyway, back to the video. Back to the lesson. And another one, I'm going to jump down into it. And I'm not going to really read from the top. If you want to read it, you can read it for yourself. You can see how it goes into, first and foremost, it begins with what? Yahweh Bashim Yahushua will have mercy on Jacob and will yet choose Israel and will put them at rest, okay? We'll bring them back into the kingdom. And this isn't talking about ancient Babylon, because it's speaking about the whole nation of Israel, not just the southern kingdom, not just Judea, not just Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, but all the Israelites will come back and dwell in safety, okay? And nobody will take them out of, and nobody will be able to carry us out or take us out of our kingdom again, or out of the Holy Land again. We will no longer be carried out of the kingdom in captivity again, okay? When Babylon becomes destroyed, when this Babylon is destroyed. So now jumping down, Isaiah 14 verse 21, and it reads, prepare slaughter for his children, for the iniquity of their fathers, that they do not rise nor possess the land, or fill the face of the world with cities. And this is going into, once again, a man that is on the earth because we know that the spiritual demons, Satan doesn't have children. We know that the spiritual demons, Satan cannot possess land with his children or fill the face of cities with his children, because you would have, you know, children of basically a spirit running around on the earth today, which of course we know that is impossible, because even the scriptures tell you that angels, all right, or spirits, because that is exactly what the spiritual demon Satan is, do not give birth or do not have sex as men do, and not give birth to children as men do, right? Because once again, there's another precept that goes into how there are different types of flesh: the flesh of the terrestrial, the flesh of the spiritual, the flesh of animals, the flesh of beasts, and these fleshes and these different forms of flesh cannot and what I'm looking for, it cannot basically um you know you cannot go in onto one another. You cannot create seed with you cannot create seed with one another. All right, and that is actually going into men, because it isn't just speaking about one individual but the whole nation, and that is the Edomites race. Okay, you Edomites, Esau, Edom. So now the next precept, the book of Second Thessalonians. All right, so this is the book of Second Thessalonians, the second chapter, and it reads Second Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 3. Let no man deceive you by any means, for that day shall not come except there come a falling away first, and that man of sin be revealed, the son of perdition, who opposeth and exalteth himself above all that is called the Most High, or that is worshipped, so that he, as the Most High, seated in the temple of the Most High, showing himself that he is the Most High. And this is the adversary right here. Okay, he opposed and exalted himself against all that is called what the all that is called power, all that is called God. In other words, the true power of the earth, Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, he's opposed to it, and he's exalting himself against that. He's coming against the power of Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, the adversary. Okay, and how did he do that? What I could give some examples: by changing the images of the Most High into and in the images of the Most High and His Son, the angels, the prophets, the forefathers, the men of old, into so-called Edomites, into so-called pale-fleshed, coarse-fleshed, all right, Edomites. Okay, by oppressing the people of the Most High and by destroying the earth, by breaking every single law and covenant that the Most High made with all of with all the creation that is on the earth, by trying to break all the different ordinances that Yahweh Hashem Yahshua has set upon the earth. All right, so let me jump down to the book of Second Thessalonians 2, verse 7, and it reads, Second Thessalonians 2, verse 7, For the mystery of iniquity doth already work. Only he who now letteth will let until he be taken out of the way. And then shall that wicked be revealed, whom Yahweh shall consume with the spirit of his mouth, and shall destroy with the brightness of his coming. Even him whose coming is after the working of Satan with all power and signs and lying wonders. And there you have it. That's the main point right there. Second Thessalonians 2, verse 9. Him whose coming is after the working of Satan. And now let me say this again. This is not speaking of an individual man. Okay, this is not speaking about one individual person. It's speaking about the whole nation of Esau, Edom, because that's exactly how the spirit that they're coming into. Right, because we understand that the righteous is the whole nation of Israel, specifically the elect of the nation of Israel. So the wicked, okay, is the whole nation of Esau. So okay, I meant Israel. I think I said Edom right there. So like, let me start all over. That was a slip of tongue. Sit and go my tongue for a second there. Basically, what I was saying was that the elect are the whole nation of Israel. Okay, specifically the elect of the nation of Israel, while the wicked are the nation of Edom. All right. So that is who this scripture is speaking about. When it talks about that man, it's talking about Esau, Edom, and his seed as well. Going back to the book of Isaiah 14, verse 21, prepare slaughter for his children. Those children are who? The Edomites. And the man that is speaking about is Esau, Edom. Prepare slaughter for the children of the Edomites, the whole nation, okay? Because what does the scripture say? And the Most High is against the entire nation of Esau, Edom. And that's it, and that is plain. That shows you that Esau Edom is the devil, because you understand that that Esau Edom, out of all of the Most High's creation, is the only is the only part of creation that is not promised mercy from Yahweh Bashim Yahweh. You can actually look this up. I believe that is in the Young's Bible Dictionary. Okay, I can't remember the exact edition, but it's in there that Esau Edom is the only nation, the only people on the whole earth that is not promised mercy from the Most High. So even the spiritual demon Satan, first and foremost, he's doing the work of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He's a servant of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, okay? He's doing the will of the Most High. You can read about that in the book of Job, the second chapter. The Most High is going to put him, that set him up in that spirit to be, to be the, to tempt people, to put hell on people, to bring evil on the earth. That was his job. But Esau Edom is the wicked. That was set up to be the wicked and set up to be destroyed by Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. So this is the devil that will be destroyed in the last days. This nation right here, Esau Edom, they are the only ones that were not promised mercy from Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, okay? Because he is the physical counterpart of the spiritual demon Satan, the wicked, and it's not just one man, and it isn't the spiritual demon Satan as well. Okay, don't fall for the okie doke, don't fall for wakitaki Christianity that has no understanding. I'll tell you, I'll bring out false doctrines and madness against you, because this is what the scriptures actually say concerning the devil. Okay, concerning the adversary. The deceiver, which is basically what these Edomites are. They are completely opposed and against Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They are against the good work. They are against righteousness. So yeah, I'm just going to end it right there. So with that, I'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Ba'asham Yahushai, Ba'asham Rachak Wadash, Wa Abad Babal, and through the Spirit, I hope you Akimayu Akwat were edified. Shalom.